So it's just a lot of things that I see in that relationship that my father has with my grandmother, and I see that my mother has with her parents, and then I look at how I relate to my parents,
Your parents.
and how I'm a carbon copy of them in a
So
lot
like,
of ways.
So like as they say, like we learn a lot about ourselves and the world at home, in the home.
And I've been sitting with that so much more because I believe, and I've come to see that knowing myself is going to be to my greatest benefit.
Yeah.
And the lies that I was telling myself were my limits. The things that I was covering up, running from. I'm not like my dad in that way.
So you were in denial.
It's in denial.
Yeah.
Denial for sure at different points. So
how did you navigate that? Like what made you say, you know what, I want to come out of this denial phase and transition to acknowledging some things and seek some truths about myself and life? What was that like for you?
I saw some real-time limits during my yoga practice. So I journal a lot. I was already in community a lot because I love poetry, so I would be at open mics. I'd be in a lot of different spaces. I started teaching youth during the pandemic. But it was just like little clicks and like little voices and what I call the darkness at times, because walking by faith, not sight, is a dark space.
Yeah, it is.
It's nothing to know.
Nothing.
Like
it's like,
what's next?
What's next? Yeah.
You'll find out.
You'll find out when you get there, right? To the destination. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, eating in a way that doesn't work, and like this is really a lot. This is a really, all of our stories are long, right? So as I sit into it, I'm thinking like, I had a breakdown at the start of my 20s.
A breakdown.
So what was described as a schizophrenic episode.
Okay.
It was the culmination of all of the false responsibility I was given.
Yeah.
And it's real responsibility, but the way I interpreted it wasn't reflecting the reality of everyone I felt was giving it to me.
Right.
So it was like, protect your brother and sister, but not in that way. Yeah, like, take care of yourself, but don't take care of yourself like that, because that's to other people's detriment. It's like, let's take care of myself, let's drive to my friend's house and hang out with my friends.
Right.
I know it's your car, but you gave me the car, so
So did you feel like you didn't have like much autonomy?
That was a part. And now I'm in the space of full autonomy, and like,
it's like, how do I manage it? Like, I'm free now.
And I'm leaning back on things that I ran from. So now I'm like, I see the value in discipline. I see the value in waking up early.
Right.
I see the value in some of these things Moms was telling me.
Right. And so it's like you unlearning things. Talk about that real quick.
Process of unlearning had been like, and it's still one that's continuous. But
ongoing journey.
It's an ongoing journey. So
yes, sir.
Though
it's not a one stop.
It's not a one stop. Unlearning had been why? A lot of questioning. One thing I speak about a lot is how the yoga journey that I went on started with non-judgment. So to take that into account, it wasn't don't judge anything.
Right.
It was just be conscious of the judgment. So like, what is the judgment doing? And to unlearn my judgmental frame, to reframe my positioning and how I approach things. Judgment for me had been a protector, and it wasn't as protective in every space.
In what way was it a protector that was unhealthy? So
I would say judging a situation or a person too harshly before I got to know the situation or the person.
Got the information,
So trust was difficult because of the judgments that I'm forming.
Right.
So I'm like, I already know that because of what I knew before. It's like, that's literally not what you knew before.
Right.
It just looks like it on the surface. And the look of the thing wasn't the reason for the thing.
Right.
The reason for the thing was my energy.
Was your energy.
So it started with where I was personally in life. And then what I projected is what came back to me.
Right.
So I say you walk into a room looking for an enemy, you'll find it.
You'll find it. Because if that's on your heart, if that's your heart posture, then that's what's going to exude on the external. So if I'm looking for, as they say, the young kids say, op.
Looking for an op, you'll find one.
We'll find one.
Anybody could be the op. Anybody
can
play the role.
Yeah.
Because it's already positioned. And it's like, I recognized how much of a limit that had been. But it starts with being robbed twice coming up. When I was in 4th grade, I got beat up in front of a 7-Eleven for a soda. And $20. Got it back. There was redemption, but it still was like, I got beat up. I was vulnerable at a moment. And I joke about how I was doing crunches and push-ups, and I knew how to jog.
Right.
And sometimes I was walking home and I just started jogging for no reason. Like, why the boy run? You ain't gonna stop. You ain't gonna catch me.
You ain't gonna catch me slipping.
Yeah.
Like
so that was a thing where it was like swivel mode.
Right.
And then in high school, this one was more interesting because I felt as if I manifested it. I was walking home from. I was walking to my mother's hair salon on Harford Road, and I was walking from the McDonald's on Harford Road. So that's the 33. Scooter was shot there. Like, I'm walking up that road. Kids from Merville coming up that block. Actually, everybody from that live up that way, they go to school down the way. It's on that exact line.
On that zone line.
So you got the intersection of the 33, the 44, the 56, or whatever it was. There's a lot of numbers that's coming up in this space. So I'm just bopping. And I put my headphones in to kind of get like some serenity, a little like let me be in my own world. Be in my zone. But my fit is loud. And I guess it like I'm just bopping and I get the intuition,
that
gut feeling,
the gut
like,
feeling.
Stop, slow up, wait for the bus. So I'm gonna go. I just keep going, and I swear I make it. So I'm at the McDonald's. I make it up to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
So I'm bopping.
Bopping.
I'm at the Dunkin' Donuts, and I swear these kids spawned like a video game. Like, like 6 kids ran down on me, like, and I think this was 10th grade still.
10th grade.
So they like just pulled out like, hey yo, start running the pockets. But I laughed because I had like these little techniques. So I used to have the hooping shorts with the fans on. All the OGs know that. The hooping shorts with the fans. So
very
I had
familiar.
The hooping shorts was the real pockets. The outside pockets was like TikToks and bus pass.
Yeah.
I mean Tic Tacs. I said Tic Tac.
And bus passes.
Tic Tacs and bus passes. It was lint. So they running rummage and they can feel the real stuff. So my personal space is invaded.
Right.
I'm having a pivot. This is a live street, Harford Road.
Yeah, a lot of traffic there.
A lot of traffic. So I'm like backing up into the street, right? One of them swings, connects, like hits me, but I'm stopped traffic and cause a scene. But it was like a moment where I'm witnessing other things that felt like they could have shifted in the worst direction. So I was like, hey, I'm not going to get beat up out here.
Right.
You know? Like, so, some people in the barbershop noticed. They came out like, hey, what's going on? The kids ran off. But it was one of the moments where I learned my intuition was real. I need to trust it. It's here for me.
So even though it was a crisis situation, you learned, hey, I got to trust my gut.
And it was that thing of like, I'm grateful for that understanding, because in future moments, it was like, should I go to this club? Nah, that ain't for you. Like and there's been moments where I sat with it like, the night nothing might have happened that night,
right?
But if I was in there that night, ain't no telling what
could have popped off.
So, like I said, that was an interesting moment, and I also learned people are graceful. Right? Because the woman who came out the barbershop drove me up to my mother's hair salon.
Oh, wow.
After she saw what happened. She's like, I just want to make sure you're all right.
So there's good people out here.
Good people out here.
Yeah.
Good-hearted people. In this very city.
Yes, sir.
They say that don't exist.
Sometimes they be saying, like, people from Baltimore, man, they be mean mugging. It's real on edge. I'm like, yo, it's good people here, man. Like, it's people out here. We love each other in the city, you know?
And what I recognize is, and I've been saying this a lot, warrior in the garden, not a garden in the war. When you find your garden, you got to protect it at times.
Protect it.
And some of the ways we protect it is the mean mug. Yeah. Some of the ways we protect it is, I'm not going to put myself further out there than I need to be because you reaching into my cup now.
Right.
And I got overflow. People that understand like overflow, they don't feel away.
Yeah.
They're not going to shame you for not wanting to go on a trip.
Right. Because I got overflow.
Because I got overflow.
Yeah.
Because I know like, okay, I'm invested in this, and there's some bread on the line that I may lose, but I understand my grace.
Yeah,
the bread ain't really the thing. My life is the thing.
Right.
That's the value.
Right.
My time, my energy, my essence.
Mm-hmm.
So sitting with like that moment, and a lot of different moments. Even reflecting on how you said you became a therapist, my reason for becoming a yogi and my reason for a lot of the mental health things that I'm even stepping into is because of my breakdown.
Because your breakdown.
So,
and that's cool that you mentioned that, because a lot of our purpose come from, past hurt or pain or things we've experienced, because, it's purposeful that we went through that. So then now we can make the impact in other people's lives, and it really is personal. So now we coming from a passion place now, because we went through that, we overcame that, and then we want to help others to overcome and manage and navigate. So I'm glad you was able to share that, man.
And I do recognize when ego busts his head.
Yeah.
And that's in this work, it has been very interesting because like I started with, I'm in a space where I'm constantly seen. So now it's like I watch how I interact with new people who are in the space, and they tell me their complaints. I'm like, that's not a problem. But then I empathize, and I start to see like, do I need to? Like recently, someone was telling me, you didn't check my face before we started. I said, I don't even check my face before I start. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Like my hat might be crooked a little bit sometimes. Like I watch some of them and I try not to because I don't want to sit into that. Because if I did, I wouldn't be at episode 90 with a black male therapist from my city.
Yes.
Like I want to stress that the most.
Yes.
A black male therapist from
here,
East Baltimore.
Grew up in the trenches, man.
Grew up and decided to turn pain to power.
Yes.
That's the blessing.
That's the blessing. That's the riches right there.
Riches.
Right there.
Like I'm asking for this all year, and I'm sitting here in a moment where I need to.
Wow. That's dope, bro. Right. That's dope.
Yeah. We were searching for the right way, did a lot of wrong. Can't go back, gotta move on. Gotta move forward, corrections given and accept that living still brings pain. Even when you're moving with the best intentions and you blessed with visions of joy, bliss, peace. Gratitude for every day I live to speak and I live to breathe in growth and abundance. Traumas get healed when the shadows confront it. I know my truth, I wear it in public. Meditate, pray, and give praise when I rise. Keep a clear mind and the counter stays high. Came here with everything, came here perfected. Took on some bags that I thought were protection. I let it all go, every limit. Grateful for peace in this life that I'm living. Glad to say the cycles are finished, complete. And I'm still on my feet. Wishing you peace. Wishing you peace. Wishing you peace. Thankful. Peace.